Okay. All right, I'll begin. We have very little time, so won't spend too much. But thank you all for joining, and I trust that this will be an interesting kind of work for everybody to be introduced to. Like just for taking further from the pitch I just gave, this is a system that we've developed that is a coordinated. So this is a system that has been developed with the government of Odisha, which is a state in eastern India, and we've run it as a pilot. It tries to address the major issues that we found in the collective collaborative response to gender-based violence, making use of blockchain technology, which is the first time it has been used in the domain of gender-based violence. We call it Shakti. The initiative is called Shakti, which means power or strength in the local language. So just to quickly run over the main pathways to addressing gender-based violence, one is prevention and to empower women and people so that gender-based violence doesn't happen in the first place. And the second second is a response to gender-based violence, which can be immediate or long-term. So in terms of responding to gender-based violence, typically the state responds through various different facilities. There are health facilities, there are police systems, the legal system, there are shelter homes for survivors of GBV, and there are one-stop centers where they can go to seek any sort of form of support. And then there is a medium or a long-term response, which looks into more long-term recovery, rehabilitation, and healing of the survivors. So we've majorly worked to build this system to address the immediate and the medium and long-term response to GBV. And in understanding the system, we saw that while there are multiple institutions that are built and in place to address GBV, there aren't many organic linkages between them. The coordination between them was pretty weak. So the survivor could enter to seek help at various different points, but had to re-narrate her ordeal at every institution that she would go to seek support in. These institutions, like the one-stop centers and shelter homes, had an antiquated management information system, which meant that it was paper-based work. There were open registers, and that left a lot of room for human error and human biases to come in the way of even decision-making on how to address GBV. There were multiple records, there was overlaps with data, confidentiality was an issue, and we saw that children who often accompany survivors of GBV were missed out in the records. So therefore, there was no support that they could seek. The systems were very procedural and bureaucratic in nature, which meant that navigating help seeking for the survivor and getting legal justice became very complicated. She would have to provide multiple statements at different points in time, which often gave rise to discrepancies from a legal point of view. And finally, the system lacked accountability, where there were multiple stakeholders without a clarity in the scope of their roles. There were biases and delays in the system, and which led to the survivor getting deeper into a trap of GBV with a lot of repeat cases happening. And the system tend to the shelter homes, for example, would make her very dependent rather than empower her to reclaim her identity and live an empowering life thereafter. So to address those challenges, the solution that was thought of was a platform or a system that coordinates these different institutions, strengthens the way they link with each other, and brings all stakeholders and institutions working on GBV on one common platform. It adopted the key principles of a rights-based and empowering framework. It looked at having trauma-informed care at its core. It looked at ensuring that the process of help seeking does not become a punishment. So placing the survivor right at the center of the entire system. and it ensured that data is available in a real-time manner to decision makers at various levels. But it's done so at in a way that data is secure, confidentiality is not compromised on, and clustered data becomes available to decision makers. So that means that even at the state level, the government of Odisha working on GBV can know at any point in time which are the hotspots for GBV in the state, where are there more cases, what are the types of cases available, and so on. So it holistically provides guidance and a structure for a coordinated response to GBV, and ensures that service delivery is not compromised on. Essentially, how it works at various steps for the survivor who seeks help, say at a one-stop center, would her case would be registered there through this mobile application, where only authorized personnel staff from the institution can enter in her data and access it. If the survivor's consent is sought, then she can be referred to another institution for the kind of help she needs, whether it's a medical facility or the police or a shelter home for long-term care. When that is done, her case is transferred to the authorized staff in the next institution without her having to repeat her experience again, thus not having to relive her trauma again. So half of the burden of seeking help is taken off of the survivor. It also makes the job for the staff easier. And once referred, the authorized person can give their approval, and so ensuring that, and every time this happens, a block is created on the blockchain. So at no point can that data be manipulated. It is extremely secure, and no data can be deleted or doesn't have scope for human bias to come in. So this is exactly why we used the blockchain technology for this system, which ensures that the survivor data privacy is kept at the core. It uses a decentralized approach, and so they are immutable in nature. The case management becomes easier. It's user friendly for all the staff involved at different institutions. And there is one-time reporting of violence for the survivor with real-time insights. So the pilot was carried out in 5 districts. It was very successful and impactful. This is what the application and the dashboard look like. There are real-time insights. This is just a screenshot. Otherwise, you can see the numbers changing as and when the cases increase. And what this has led to is a recognition and commitment from the state government to scale it up from the 5 pilot districts to all 30 districts across the state, to all institutions that come under the department. They've taken complete ownership of this approach and have included it in their budget. So they'll be using their own resources for the scale up. There'll be guidelines that will be developed so that it complements the entire system. And ultimately, it's also leading to the revision in policies on gender-based violence, such that it brings about policy level change and it can be used as a model for the rest of the country or globally too. So that's largely what it is. Thank you.